My name is Jed Wheeler and I will be evaluating my AS Media coursework, for which I have produced a music magazine front cover, contents page and double page spread in my chosen genre of pop. As Holmes summarised in 1998, any media text is created for a particular audience and will usually appeal most to this particular target audience. What this meant for me is that before beginning my main task, I needed to determine who my audience would be and what genre of magazine they would want to read. My primary audience research revealed that the most popular genre choice was pop, and that my audience demographic would be young adults and teenagers aged 15 to 26 years in social grades C1 to D. My primary research taught me that my magazine would have to fit certain needs of the audience in order to make them want to buy the magazine, as my audience said they wanted the magazine to be entertaining, informative, be a substitute for personal relationships, and be good for socialization. I made sure I showed my product would represent these needs through all my media language choices. For my main media products, I've tried to keep them similar to the real things, so I looked at Billboard and Q. I looked at previous magazines, as because Bentley said in 1997, the creative process is the rearranging of the old to create the new. This is relevant because I think that all products need to follow certain genre conventions to make them recognisable to an audience who could be drawn to media language that fits the genre. A convention that I thought would be easiest to follow was the colour palette, and I found through my research that the main colour scheme used is normally a black and white colour, as well as a third colour that would change depending on things like the page or the issue of the magazine. My third colour was blue, and I picked this as it commonly connoted to represent boys, and as this issue of magazine was more aimed towards men, although the magazine would be aimed at both genders, I thought it fitted well. I did however use more than blue on my contents page, as I felt this would portray Osgerby's 1988 theory that youth is trouble and youth is fun, because the use of more than a free colour palette shows that I'm breaking conventions and representing youth as troublemakers. I also tried to make sure my masthead and layout designs followed conventions on magazines like Billboard and Q, as I have tried to keep them appealing to both genders, while still looking confident and be able to stand out to both genders aged 16 to 26. On my cover, I have used just one main image of a male model filling 2/3 of the space, a bold masthead filling 1/8 of the page, and have positioned most of my text in an ordered column down the left side of the cover, although I do have one cover line on the right hand side. I have used a range of exciting modern fonts in different sizes and also different colours to connote my magazine will fit Bulmer and Katz's 1973 theory, and my target audience will want to see my magazine can deliver entertaining stories, and these typography choices connote this. On my contents page, I have used a medium shot image only filling about the core of the page. This could be viewed as breaking conventions, as most contents pages I've used will normally have a larger, more dominant main image. I have also used a picture of a festival to border the contents page. I'm pleased with this effect as it shows off Osgerby's theory that youth are fun. The conventions I have followed, however, include keeping all the contents on one side of the page so it is easy to read and looks professional, and I have also included some minor images that are common conventions or features on some content pages. I have also included a subscription box, which is another common convention. For my double page spread, I have followed traditional double page spread conventions by using a large main image covering half of the page and a large title above it, and also a subheading above the main body of text, which is much smaller than other fonts on the page, which I have done because it is a common convention of pop double page spreads. I have also included page numbers, as this is a traditional convention of every double page spread. Overall, I am happy with my layout choices, and I think they follow conventions but also some new ideas that should make my product stand out while also representing my target audience. I also worked on creating the best masthead for my magazine, as I didn't want the choice of font and style to be biased towards one particular gender, so I had to choose a font that was neutral to both gender groups, by also being bold and standing out. Although I think I found the right font for this, I called my magazine Republic, as I feel it is a powerful impact word, while also reflecting gender neutrality through the meaning of the word. By using a one-word masthead, it shows the conventions of other pop mastheads that use a similar one-word name. Regarding my images from my secondary research, I learned that front cover image conventions can change from magazine to magazine, which I noticed on my planning and research on other pop magazines. For example, on some issues they would have a close-up of a main star vehicle with no other images, while other editions may use a medium shot of one or more star models, and on occasions also use one or two minor images as well. Even the model choice would change depending on the issue of the magazine, as on some they would have a boy band, while on others they would have like a sole female singer. For my front cover, I have kept it simple by just having one main image and a close-up of a famous artist from the genre wearing sunglasses and make him look like a stereotypical star. I followed genre conventions as he is a young, clean-shaven male in clothes that fit the genre. The age, gender and style of my star vehicle connote the genre of the magazine and represent the audience who want to identify with the stars but are the same age and gender as them, while also attracting female viewers with the choice of male star vehicle they could find attractive, which fits Machiavellian's 2002 gender theory about males now being seen as objects of desire. For my contents page, I followed a number of conventions in terms of images, but also broke some to make my magazine stand out and fit my slightly older target audience. Most pop contents pages I researched from Top of the Pops and We Love Pop use a lot of images of happy looking fun stars in a messy layout. I broke this convention by making my layout more ordered by using a main close-up image of my cover artist looking serious and mysterious, to make my magazine appeal more to older pop fans in my audience. Regarding mise-en-scene, I followed some conventions of pop, like using a white artist for this image. This will appeal to my audience as it is the most of the people in demographic will want to identify with white artists. On my double-page spread, I have continued to follow image conventions by using another image of my cover artist filling most of the double-page spread. Again, he is dressed in modern fashion that represents the target audience by showing him as what Oz could be called trouble and fun. I also kept with mise-en-scene conventions by making my model shave before the shoot, because most pop stars are clean shaven and I wanted to keep this to genre convention of having a clean cut looking star. All of my Lexis and typography follows and breaks pop conventions. My typography breaks conventions as it is more modern, serious and less feminine than the fonts on Top of the Pops. I did this to make my fonts match the needs of males and females aged 16 to 26 years who want to see fonts more appropriate for their age. The Lexis is more mature than traditional pop magazines and shows the stars as rebellious as well as fun, but it fits conventions by mentioning band names of pop groups to show the genre. Overall, I think I have creatively applied and followed genre conventions to make my media language successfully represent my target audience of teenagers and young adults who are interested in current, modern popular music. I think I have represented them well by having a young white male model, which will both attract female audience and represent the young males as well. I don't think I changed my media language, as I feel I have gotten it right for my audience and that they look professional standard. Although I think I should work on my photography skills more next year to capture my audience more.